Well, let's talk about the US President Donald Trump. This time again that he's asserted that he played a key role in averting a potential nuclear conflict between India and Pakistan. Just 30 minutes ahead of the Prime Minister's address to the nation, speaking at a White House press briefing, Donald Trump said that he intervened at a critical time and used trade as a bargaining chip. He credited this approach with diffusing heightened tensions.
We helped a lot, and we helped also with trade. I said, come on. We're going to do a lot of trade with you guys. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. If you stop it, we're doing trade. If you don't stop it, we're not going to do any trade. And we stopped the nuclear conflict. I think it could have been a bad nuclear war. Millions of people could have been killed.
Now, top sources within the Indian establishment have also rebutted state's claim that has been made by Donald Trump, saying that according to sources, after Operation Sindoor had commenced, it was the US Vice President J.D. Vance who spoke to Prime Minister Modi on the 9th of May. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke to External Affairs Minister on the 8th of May and 10th of May, and to the NSA Ajit Doval on the 10th of May. However, there was no reference to trade in any of these discussions. We have Pradeep with us right now. Pradeep, how do we understand America's role here? Understanding that is now concerned that has been reached between India and Pakistan. However, there are many in the country who have been questioning when it comes to the role that has been played by the US and in particular Donald Trump. Well, Pradeep, because there have been at least two instances. Priyank is also getting connected with us. Right before, when it comes to the ceasefire understanding announcement, it was the President of the United States that made an announcement. And even yesterday, before the Prime Minister's address, it was again President Donald Trump of the United States that made an announcement. Pradeep?
Yes, in fact, yes, you are absolutely right. In fact, we have seen that 2 days back also Donald Trump had said that he was the one who had brokered truce between the two countries, and yesterday also before Prime Minister's address he had reiterated his stand. But one thing is now clear, that though Prime Minister did not name Donald Trump, but he made it clear it was basically the DGMO from the Pakistan side who had called the counterpart on India, because they were completely trembling after seeing the devastation on the other side carried out by the Indian armed forces when they destroyed many of their air bases. And finally Pakistan was on knees begging for mercy, and they asked for ceasefire. They called the DGMO on this side. It was at about 3:35 p.m. Indian Standard Time on May 10th when we got the call from the other side, and they asked for the ceasefire, and finally India agreed to that ceasefire. But we saw that exactly after 2 hours they did not keep their promise. There was an aerial intrusion from their side that was thwarted by India. They opened mouths of their guns, once again targeting civilians at different places. India gave them a strong reply, and that's what the Prime Minister said yesterday during the 22-minute address also. He said that now onwards it all will depend upon the actions from the Pakistan side, what they are going to do. Because if we talk about Operation Sindoor, this a pause button has been placed.
Yes.
It is an ongoing process, not that we have suspended or called it off. It will continue to remain there, and we are going to hit them hard if there is going to be any kind of a misadventure. Because Prime Minister clear what said, talks and terror can't go together, talks and trade can't go together, water and blood will not flow together. And if there is going to be any talks in near future with Pakistan, that will be on terror, and that will be on Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir, because that is the part that is under the illegal occupation of the neighbor. So
yes,
they will be talking on that. So the message is loud and clear to Pakistan. I think now they should understand, because they know here is a man who is going to translate his words into action. He has already done it.
Well, the President of the United States asserting that he had to intervene at a critical time because he believed that the escalation could have gone to next level altogether if conflict between India and Pakistan had gone even a day earlier, as far as when it comes to such kind of assertions that have been made by President Donald Trump. However, questions that have now been raised within India as well when it comes to the role that Donald Trump is seeking to play here. They are seeking official clarification from the government on the claims of certain interference when it comes to India's internal matters, and something that should only be discussed in a bilateral form with Pakistan.
He hasn't answered. He hasn't told the nation that who declared the ceasefire. Mr. Trump declared the ceasefire. Just before the nation address, the Trump said that I threaten Pakistan and India that will stop the trade, otherwise go for the ceasefire.
The conflict was started by Pakistan by killing our innocent tourists in Pahalgam. We just retaliated. That was our right as a nation. But you can't have the US president come and tell us that, look, we won't do any trade with you if you don't stop this retaliation. We need to know what the government's position is on all the 2 or 3 comments made by... The first shocking comment was that the ceasefire announcement is made by Donald Trump. The second was mediation in Kashmir. And the third was, most disturbing was today, that trade was used as a weapon to stop us from retaliation.
प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि एक नया आयाम स्थापित हुआ है ऑपरेशन सिंदूर की वजह से। बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप प्रधानमंत्री जी, एक नया आयाम स्थापित हुआ है। पहली बार हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास में एक तीसरा देश हमारी आपसी मामले में दखलंदाजी करके उसने हमें बता डाला कि इस संघर्ष में हम तय करेंगे कि क्या करना है, कि अगर आपके सारे जो लक्ष्य थे वो हासिल हो गए तो फिर सीज़फायर की जरूरत क्या थी?
I see it as a particular politician wanting to take credit for something. And I can see that the government of India probably said, let them take the credit if they want to. But from our point of view, we have made it clear that the peace followed a request from the Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan, who called his Indian counterpart at 3:35 p.m. in the afternoon. And we didn't take very long to say yes, because we had never wanted a long war. Rehyphenated India and Pakistan. For about 30 years now, we have successfully persuaded the world and persuaded every American president since Clinton not to club the two of us together. You want to visit India? Visit India. You want to visit Pakistan? Visit Pakistan. But don't come to India and go to Pakistan. Don't come to Pakistan, come to India. We don't want to see you. That kind of message has been widely understood.
Well, Priyank,